The majority party has promised to address their police reform bills from last session, but it doesn't look like their solutions go far enough, even if they have the votes to pass them. What's the latest on this?
There was a series of bills that were done last session, and we needed to fix them. We felt like they went too far then, and they did. So we heard from constituents across the state that we basically removed the handcuffs from criminals and put them on law enforcement. So we've spent the entire session so far trying to fix that, trying to make sure that we put at least 4 of the pieces of the puzzle to get reform back where it should be in effect. So as of today, we just passed the 4th piece out, and we'll see what happens on the House floor.
Besides your role as ranking Republican on the House Public Safety Committee, you're also on the House Capital Budget Committee. Supplemental budgets have just been released. What can you tell us about the capital budget funding for the 14th District?
This capital budget year, we had $6.3 million that will be coming home to the 14th District. So we're very excited about that. There's projects such as $670,000 for a Klickitat County animal shelter. The one we have now has been condemned and is closed. And so trying to make sure that we take care of our furry friends as well. And then also we have $1 million, so over $1 million for a comprehensive mental health clinic in Goldendale as well. That's very exciting. As we know, people are suffering from addiction, people are suffering from mental illness, and we don't have the infrastructure in place in the state of Washington to take care of them. So this will help that. And then also we have $3.2 million for Yakima for the Northwest Harvest, which will be cold storage facility for a food bank, theoretically, for those who are suffering from needing more food.
You have 5 bills moving in the Senate and only a few days to get them passed and on to the governor. Give us a quick rundown of those bills.
We have 5 bills still moving, and they've passed out of their committee of origin, and they've passed the other chamber. So they're in very good shape. Hopefully they'll come to the Senate floor and then to the governor's office for signature. House Bill 1357 makes sure that soldiers who are serving us overseas not only get a ballot to vote, but they also get a voter's pamphlet so they can decide who would represent them the best. That's an exciting bill, and that's moving very well. The 1497 is the bill regarding getting those annoying unsolicited calls to our cells and our landlines, to our cell phones. This makes sure that there's restrictions around that so that they're not calling you in the middle of the night. Sadly, often these are scam calls or fraud calls. They look like they're from your local area code, and so you answer it quickly only to find out that they're trying to get money from you or harm you in a way. So we're definitely working hard on that one. It just passed unanimously out of the Senate. House Bill 1571, that's our tribal bill that brings them home. It's called the Bring Them Home Bill. And that's a series of bills over the last 4 or 5 years that have to do with the missing and murdered Indigenous persons. Used to be women, but sadly we've found young boys and men as well. And we're making sure that we do everything we can to get them to safety and to get them in with wraparound services to heal when we do find them, especially if they've been trafficked. It also allows the tribes to pray over the body of a deceased loved one. Sadly, we found many of them over the last few years, and we want to respect the culture of the tribes to make sure that they can pray over the body after the lead investigator signed off, but before we move the body. So it's also a respect of their culture. House Bill 1622 makes sure that sane nurses, sexual assault forensic examination nurses, can train and become sane nurses in Eastern Washington, not just in one place at Harborview Medical Center. WSU has a beautiful director school of nursing up there. It's gorgeous, and this will be able to house that so that you can decide if you want to go east or west to get more sane nurses in across our state. We have a nurse shortage across all the state of Washington, and these sane nurses are specially they make sure that we can get to prosecution for those perpetrators and keep rapists off the streets. And then the grid adequacy bill, which is 1623, that bill hopefully will be on the Senate floor today. And that bill makes sure that as we move to green in the state of Washington, we keep and always consider that we have to keep the lights on. We don't want those rolling brownouts or blackouts. So it'll make sure that throughout the process, we're continually making sure that we have adequate power resources.
Where can people find more information on these and other bills?
I would love if you contact me with any questions, comments, or concerns you have, or potential legislation or things that you like or you don't like. The easiest way is just to say representative GinaMosbrucker.com. If you go there, you'll be able to contact. I'll give you a lot of ways to contact me, and I'm always open for your questions and your concerns.